You have heard of the narcissist. You have heard of the psychopath. But there is a third type, one that researchers only identified in the last few years. And it is the most dangerous of all. Because unlike the narcissist, who cannot feel what you feel, this person feels everything. They feel your pain, your fear, your love, and they use every single one of those feelings against you. This is the Dark Empath. They were the most understanding person you had ever met. They knew exactly what to say, exactly when to hold you, exactly what you needed to hear. And somehow, that same understanding became the thing that dismantled your life. By the end of this video, you will recognize the Dark Empath. You will understand exactly how they operate. And you will know what to do if one is already in your life. Stay until the end, because the most important warning is in the final section. In 2021, a team of psychologists published a study in the journal Personality and Individual Differences. They discovered something that changed how we understand dark personality types. They found that a significant portion of people who scored high on the dark triad, narcissism, psychopathy, and Machiavellianism, also scored high on empathy. This should not be possible. And yet, it is. The Dark Empath is not someone who cannot feel. They feel deeply. They understand your emotional world with frightening precision. But instead of using that understanding to connect, they use it to calculate, to predict your reactions, to know exactly which button to press and exactly when to press it. They are not broken. They are precise.
The regular narcissist stumbles through relationships because they cannot read the room. They miss emotional cues. They miscalculate.
The Dark Empath never miscalculates. They read the room perfectly, and they use that reading to do the maximum amount of damage while leaving the minimum amount of evidence. 5 differences, each one more important than the last. Difference 1. The narcissist is obvious. The Dark Empath is invisible. The classic narcissist reveals themselves within months. The grandiosity, the entitlement, the rages. Your instincts fire. The Dark Empath can hide for years because they look and sound exactly like the person you always wanted. Difference 2. The narcissist ignores your pain. The Dark Empath uses it. When you tell the narcissist you are hurting, they dismiss it or turn it around. When you tell the Dark Empath you are hurting, they file it, they remember it, and they will use that exact vulnerability at the exact moment it will do the most damage. Difference 3. The narcissist controls through fear. The Dark Empath controls through love. They make you feel so completely understood that you become dependent on that feeling. And once you are dependent, they control the supply. More when you comply, less when you resist. Difference 4. The narcissist crashes when challenged. The Dark Empath recalibrates. Push back against a narcissist, and you get rage. push back against a dark empath, and you get calm, patient, understanding. They adjust their approach and come back with a better angle. Difference 5. The narcissist leaves scars. The dark empath leaves confusion. Victims of narcissistic abuse often know they were abused. Victims of a dark empath often blame themselves because the dark empath was so understanding, so patient, so kind. How could they have been the problem? That confusion is the most effective cage ever built. 7 signs. If you recognize 3 or more, pay very close attention. Sign 1. They know too much, too fast. Within weeks of meeting you, they know your deepest fears, your childhood wounds, your insecurities. They asked the right questions. They listened perfectly. What felt like connection was actually intelligence gathering. Sign 2. Your vulnerabilities become weapons. The thing you told them in confidence, at your most vulnerable moment, appears later, in an argument, as a joke in front of others, as a quiet reminder of your weakness. It was never safe. It was stored. Sign 3. They apologize perfectly, and nothing changes. The dark empath knows exactly what a good apology sounds like. They deliver it with the right tone, the right timing, the right amount of vulnerability. You feel heard. You feel understood. The behavior continues. Sign 4. You feel guilty for being hurt. After every painful interaction, you end up apologizing. Not them. You. Because somehow, they made you feel like the one who caused harm. This is not an accident. This is a skill. Sign 5. They are different in public. In public, they are magnetic, warm, generous. Everyone loves them. In private, something shifts. Subtle. Hard to name. And when you try to describe it to others, no one believes you. Because they have never seen that version. Sign 6. They mirror you too perfectly. Everyone mirrors to some extent in relationships. The dark empath does it to an unnatural degree. Your interests become their interests. Your values become their values. Your language becomes their language, until you cannot tell where you end and they begin. That confusion is the point. Sign 7. Leaving feels impossible, not because they threatened you, not because they hurt you physically, but because they are so good at being what you need that leaving feels like abandoning the one person who truly understands you. That feeling is manufactured. It was built deliberately to keep you exactly where you are. Let me tell you something that most videos will not say. The reason you cannot leave is not weakness. It is neuroscience. The dark empath
creates a dopamine cycle. Moments of profound understanding and warmth, followed by withdrawal, followed by warmth again. Your brain becomes addicted to the moments of warmth, and the withdrawal periods create anxiety that feels like love. But it is not love. It is a neurological trap. The confusion you feel, the inability to make a clear decision, is the result of intermittent reinforcement, the same mechanism that makes gambling addictive. And here is the cruelest part. Because the dark empath understands your emotions, they know exactly when you are close to leaving, and they deliver the warmth at precisely that moment. Not because they want to change, not because they love you, but because losing you means losing their source of supply. Their understanding of your emotions is not compassion. It is surveillance. The moment you understand this, the warmth loses its power. Not immediately, not without pain, but the understanding itself is the beginning of the exit. Protection 1. Name it. The dark empath's greatest advantage is your confusion. The moment you can say, "This is a dark empath," their power begins to shrink. Write down what happens. Date it. Keep the record. Your written reality cannot be rewritten. Protection 2. Rebuild outside connections. The dark empath works best in isolation. The more people you have who know your real story, the harder it is for the narrative to be controlled. Reach back to the people you drifted from. Reconnection is resistance. Protection 3. Trust the pattern, not the explanation. The dark empath will always have an explanation, a perfect one. Your job is not to evaluate the explanation. Your job is to look at what keeps happening. Behavior repeated is truth. Words are free. Quiet power is not the loudest voice in the room. It is the person who sees clearly when everything around them was designed to create confusion. You see clearly now. Drop exposed in the comments if this reached you. Subscribe. The next video, the extinction burst. Why the most dangerous moment is when you try to leave. Take care of yourself. This is quiet power.